Greetings and welcome to another segment of Wild Treasures of an Outdoorsman. My name is Peter Updike, and I got a little message for you tonight. But first, I would like to share with you a little information that I need to get past first. We're going to be at the True Heart Ranch in Webster, Florida for the Wild Turkey Extravaganza. I want to invite all of you to come. It's on February 3rd on a Saturday. And I'll be there. I'll have my table set up. Everybody else will be there with their table set up. Turkey calls, box calls, slate calls, locator calls. Guys are making these things by hand, and making them available to you for purchase if you want. I think there's going to be some vendors there with some food. It's a great time. Parking is free. Getting in is free. All you have to do is show up. Just Google it, the True Heart Ranch. And it'll come up again. It's in Webster, Florida. It's an all-day affair. I don't know. It gets started at 9 o'clock or something. 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's the hours. So don't come at 3 o'clock where everybody be gone. Also, Wild Treasures of an Outdoorsman. This book is available to you to buy for a Christmas present. Christmas time is coming. This will be the last time I'm going to mention it, okay? I continually promote the book, but it gets a little old after a while. But if you would like a copy of my book, Wild Treasures of an Outdoorsman, you can get one at Pat's Pawn and Gun on their website. Click on publications. It'll come up for you. Horses tumble down the mountain and planes fall out of the sky. Yeah, it's hunting and fishing and all things connected from my youth, from boyhood into manhood and beyond. Check it out. Yeah, it's a great gift idea. I think they're $15. If you're still hunting like I am, in the Withlacoochee State Forest, it's wet. We got a lot of rain. You're going to need your thermocell. It's still, the mosquitoes are just, I hunted in Lake Panasoffkee Wildlife Management Area, and this is a great product. I avoid breathing in the fumes if I can. I work in a welding shop. I breathe in fumes all the time. I worry about stuff like that. But this is a great product, and it keeps the mosquitoes off of you. You'll need a thermocell if you're going to go deer hunting like I am. I'm planning on doing a little bit down in the Green Swamp. I'm going to switch up a little bit. I've been hunting in the Ocala National Forest, and I've been having a great time. I've got a video for you from Ocala, but I've yet to get it prepared, so it's still coming. But I had a little experience up there. I wanted to share it with you. It's not a big deal, but to some it might be, so I thought I would just kind of lay this scenario out for you. Went to my ladder stand the other day to sit in my ladder stand, and got there and found that someone else had been there. Now, public land, let's talk about public land hunting. Public land hunting, if you hunt public land, you've chosen to do it the hard way. I heard a statistic the other day on the Meat Eater podcast. The guy said there that if you were to do percentages in the Midwest, in other words, private versus public, what percentage of the deer killed in all of the Midwest is killed on private land versus public land? I was surprised to find out that 90% of all deer killed in the Midwest are killed on private land. Yeah, I would say that probably holds true in the South where we hunt. And it's a tall order. 90% of the deer, all of the deer killed in the Midwest are killed on private land. So if you went to Illinois or Ohio, and wanted to hunt deer on public land, well, you're at a 10% success rate based on the whole demographic of the area. And as it comes down to you, that percentage gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Well, especially when you find out you got thousands of hunters out there trying to get their piece of the pie, and we're no different, right? We're sharing space, but we've learned to do it the hard way. Here's the difference. The difference is people that hunt private land, and I'm not bashing on them. I've hunted plenty of private land. I've hunted out of shooting houses. I've hunted out of tripod stands that overlook feeders. I've hunted over food plots. I've done all of those things. I've ridden in a golf cart to get to my stand, okay? So I've done it. So, but when you hunt in the Ocala National Forest, or you hunt in the Green Swamp, or down in Rich Loam, you're hunting in the wilderness. And hats off to you if you're hunting in in the atmosphere of wild lands and wild places where there are no food plots, there are no shooting houses, there are no feeders. No wonder it's 90 versus 10%. We don't have any feeders. What do we have to do? We look and read sign. They don't look and read sign. They just get in the same stand over and over and over again. We have to find the spot, right? We look for scrapes. We look for rubs. We put up our stand and hope nobody else sees it. And if they do, they just do. That's the way it goes. If you get a nice 8-point buck on your trail camera, he's just because he's on your trail camera, he's not yours and yours alone, right? As if it were on private land. No, the guy 300 yards away can kill that deer, and that deer might be gone. So these are all the things that we face as public land hunters. We need to work in cooperation with one another for the end result, and that is for all of us to have a good, safe, enjoyable hunt, whether or not we get one or not, right? And I'm willing to pay the price to hunt as long as it takes to be safe and not intrude on anybody else's hunt, and not do anything that's going to bother my fellow hunters. I want them to have a good, safe, successful hunt as I do. But when I went to my ladder stand the other day, I had discovered, now I had been there twice since the season opened. I've been hunting back in the back country, but sometimes I just get tired of lugging all of my gear up to that spot where I want to hunt. It's a 30, 40, 50-minute walk sometimes. And then I got to set everything. Sometimes it just gets burdensome. And I just want to get in my ladder stand. So that day I decided to go get in my ladder stand, and I had discovered that someone had been there. And that's okay. It's, like I said, it's public land. If you find my ladder stand in the cleared out area that I hunt, and you want to put a stand in nearby, you're well within your right to do it. What bothers me the most about this whole experience is this feller thought it would be all right to flag a trail with this flagging tape all the way to my stand. And this, in my view, is garbage. It's a refuge. If we're hunting as hunters, right? Becoming a hunter on public land means you become a naturalist. You become a woodsman. You become a biologist by virtue of your experience, your relationship with nature. And we didn't go to college to become a biologist, but when you skin your deer, you're making observations. You're seeing things that the average guy doesn't see. When you go out into the woods and you're deer hunting, you're making mental notes, hopefully, of food sources and travel routes and which way the wind is blowing. All of these things make you a superior hunter. Not someone who rides in a golf cart like I did to a ladder stand or a box blind and climb in there where I'm nice and warm and dry. No, we're out there in the elements. So you'll understand when I get upset. When I like the nature of things. I like everything to be natural. And I get to my ladder stand. I guess this fella found my stand, wanted to go back, so he flagged his way out so he can find his way back. Now, it's my ladder stand. If I drove by and saw your truck parked in my spot that I use to access my ladder stand, it'd be okay. I would just keep on going. But I would not really expect, if I walk back there, to see you sitting in my stand, and much less flagging a trail all the way to it. That crosses the line. You don't cross the line when you set up a stand nearby. That's okay. You don't cross the line if you want to sit in a climbing stand right next to my ladder stand because I've cleared it out nicely. That's okay. I welcome you to do so. I hope you kill a big buck. But when you litter up the area that I call my wilderness home, that bothers me. This stuff belongs in a landfill, okay? This stuff is garbage. Yeah, I see this stuff. And to me, it's the same thing as somebody driving down the road, throwing their McDonald's quarter pounder bag and French fries and Frosty or whatever they're eating out the window. There's a lot of garbage in our national forests. Shame on those people who dump their garbage in the national forest because they don't have the wherewithal to take it to the dump themselves, where it costs nothing to put it in there. They just put it out there in the national forest for somebody else to deal with. But this affects me mentally the same way. That this is garbage. It's being hung in the area where I hunt, where I want to have a natural woodland experience with nature. I don't want to see flagging tape. If you flag to your ladder stand, that's fine. But don't flag to mine, okay? Comment and tell me what you think. Am I wrong? Am I off base here? Should I let this guy do this? Maybe I'm just too old-fashioned. I don't know. But if I see the flagging tape there again, I'm going to pull it back down. That's just the way it's going to be. All right. Love you guys. Merry Christmas. Hope to see you at True Heart Ranch. Don't forget your thermocell. The mosquitoes are awful bad. And again, Wild Treasures of an Outdoorsman at Pat's Pawn and Gun on their website. Click on publications. It'll come up. I think it's $15. All right. Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.